Hello, everyone. Good evening. As
All the people we have
all the
here.
people, hello there, everyone. And this is our first official Green versus Green Zoom Dune 2 meeting. For those that don't know, so this is part two of a one-book story. They ended with Paul finding himself and his mother in the desert with the Fremen people. The spice itself was affecting him. It was making him see visions. Paul was becoming part of a legend which the Bene Gesserit sisterhood had imposed on all these different planets. And now on this particular planet, the prophecy was being fulfilled, or so it seemed. He's growing stronger and stronger with understanding. First of all, spoiler alert, I'm just letting everyone know right now, if you don't want to hear what's getting ready to happen, as a matter of fact, spoiler alert for the rest of the video. I feel like talking. And actually, I don't think they should allow anyone in the theater who hasn't read the book.
I was really excited going into Dune because my family and I, we all sat down and decided to watch Dune 1 together, which was excellent. We were very, very happy with it. We thought all the characters, all the actors were great representations of the characters that we had read in the books. And then I saw Dune 2, and I was not as excited. I'm trying to find a nice word. I was not as excited after seeing Dune 2. Um, and it kind of made me like, I'm having a hard time admitting that I didn't like it because I want to like it so much. Like, I don't know, my brain felt like I had taken in too much, just too much visual, too much everything. All right. So, what I really liked, I love the setting. I love all the same things that I love from the first movie. I love the cinematography. I really liked the actors when it first started, when the film first started. I really enjoyed, they kept up with the exact same feel. It's like a quiet, it's like a peaceful feel, but there's still drama behind it. So I like sitting in the theater and experiencing, feeling what they felt. What bothered me though was that there was supposed to be a transformation of Paul from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie. I think Timothy Chalamet did a good job transforming himself. Like once he started to get more and more knowledge, he took the spice. But I needed to see a physical change in him because in my head, I understand that yes, he's still supposed to be a young boy, but I need him to not look like a little boy the whole time.
I do agree. There were times that, and I would think this is from the script and the direction, not really Timothy, that
Yeah.
it it didn't seem to be at the evolution of Paul,
Yeah. Evolution. Yeah. That's a
but
better
he
word.
wasn't as defined as we've either seen in the book. Your expectations in terms of what you knew previously is affecting what it is that you
You
think
mean what I knew from the book?
from the book.
No,
But
no, 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 no. I'm looking at it solely as a movie because I have your memory where I don't remember a lot. So, and so I am sitting there the same way that I watched Dune, the first Dune. I didn't sit there and like go back and forth and compare it to the book because I had read the books long time before. So I kind of sort of had a sense and it filled in some details. It felt like they just weren't fully sure of how to make this guy to create the evolution, like you said, of Paul. I wasn't getting it. I wasn't scared of him.
right.
He didn't seem that threatening to me at all. He wasn't somebody that I would have followed. I wasn't feeling it.
Well, let's cut away from anything negative with the film and just talk about anything that has to do with. Are there any particular characters that you liked a lot?
My favorite character, I don't want to say his name incorrectly. Look, he came up on your screen as I said it. My favorite person was Fade Rotha because I thought when he came on the screen, he commanded attention soon as he walked on the screen. And I was sitting there trying my hardest to figure out what actor is this? I can't tell who this is. And then I realized, like my sister said later, I was like, that is Elvis. That's the guy that played Elvis. And so I think he embodied the character so well. I couldn't even tell who he was.
When Paul goes, uh, wins the fight at the end, as he does in the book, then he approaches the Princess Erlin, and he says, "I will take you as my wife." And Chani's breaking up. behind him,
Mhm.
but he doesn't even turn around.
You have to go further back than that. The reason why it's not a big deal is because they didn't have any real relationship in this movie. They did not develop anything. And then they're in the desert, and then out of nowhere they kissed. I thought that was just a weird kiss.
Denial is a wonderful thing. I sat through that movie, and as much as I sit here now picking through and comparing to the book, and I just all this wonderfulness,
Mm.
I kept saying to myself, they ain't got chemistry.
They
Or
have
if
no
they do
chemistry.
have chemistry, they're not allowing it to show. This is the guy that is going to be master of the universe.
Mhm, mhm.
And it's like, oh, okay, and this is his one.
I think Zendaya did an excellent job with the role as it was presented to her. I think she did what she needed to do. She had a certain amount of stubbornness as Chani. She was very steadfast. I liked they were making her a strong woman who's very independent. She can fight her own fights. She had a very strong understanding of the Fremen. I liked all of that. I think they did a good job with her character. They really wanted the both of these people, the both of these actors, to play these roles because they were good in the roles, but they didn't stop to think about together if they were good. You didn't say who your favorite character was, but go ahead. Sure.
Yeah, but I guess I'd have to say Austin Butler again, because I agree with you in
Yeah.
when his psychotic thing that he was going through, he did command the screen.
I really liked the scene where they were showing him ride the sandworm, like how he got on, and then it felt really realistic. I feel like sand's blowing in my face.
They made that impressive because I was
That
wondering,
was good.
oh, will he get it? Whoa, I know he's going to get it. You know, how will he get it? And that was impressive.
However, what I didn't like, and I was trying to remember, did they say this in the book? Nobody explains how he gets off this doggone worm. That's number one. Number two, nobody explains how they get families of people onto these worms' backs to transport them from one place to the next, and then how they get all these people off of their backs. The whole point is there are just certain things that should have been fleshed out that weren't. You're telling me she's drinking this and she's taking in all the ancestors, and suddenly she's talking to her daughter. Like, you did not explain why any of that is occurring. Not at all. I got it. I read the book. But talking to my sister, she was like, what the heck was that? I don't know.
One or two sentences about what's that. I mean, for Alia to be a fully conscious Reverend Mother, still within the womb, and she's talking
Mhm.
with her like you would a friend, not some
Mhm.
adult, you know, and it's like a little more detail on that and what that really,
Yes.
because by the time she's born, I mean, she's done been born already because she's living her life sitting there floating around in her mother.
Mhm.
And it's like,
Mhm. And so my sister's Kara's over here asking, she's like, so is she going to be born and she's going to be born and be talking? I was like, yeah. She
yes,
said, how is she talking as a baby? I was like, because she's got all the ancestors in her. She's an old woman. She's billions of years old. And she's like, oh, I didn't understand that. My brain was so overrun by all the things they were flashing on the screen that I lost track.
and that is why I am here. You first, obviously. What
I
kind of,
sat here and I did nothing but talk badly about the film, and I really don't want to give it a bad score.
well, out of 100, what would you give it?
I guess with everything, I'm going to give it like a 65%. I have to give it like 65. I can't give it more than a 70. I
Okay.
think it was well on its way to do what it needed to do, and it just dropped.
I trying not to prejudice the entire film off of what I want it to be, and I'm going to try to be fair.
And
But
not thinking about having background knowledge of books and movies.
no, I would never do that. I would give it an 80. Okay, because to me, I would love to easily give this a 90 and a 95 because this is the best rendition that I've seen of Dune. I was happy with this one. I wasn't thrilled but I was happy with this.
They need to do more work.
I agree. I agree.
Green. Okay, so you gave it an 80%. I gave it 65. All right, here we go.
So
Green
you, a second.
80 and 60. That's 145 divided by 2
I say
is 72.5.
72.5. Oh, I have a mentat in the family. Very good.
Never meant that. Been
So
working on my mental math.
as long as you're not a sook doctor or something like that. Okay, that's it. And that's our review. So please subscribe. Please leave comments below and tell us what you think about this. Green.
Versus green.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, bye, Daddy.
No, bye to the audience. They're the ones you're talking to.
Oh, bye.